This is one of the most remarkable IEM I've tried lately, and I think you should know about them. It's named as Force. It's a collaboration piece between Tanchjim and Effect Audio, two brands whose products I already use and like. Tanchjim makes the IEMs, Effect Audio makes cables. But is that about it for the collaboration? I mean, does it even make sense, or is this forced? Get it? Because it's called force. Anyway, I just thought let me show you what makes this special. It's a dual driver IEM, both dynamic drivers. One focuses on low end, the other focuses on mids and highs, but it also has a partial open back design, which we have seen with a few other IEMs in the past. I think it was the EPZ P50, right? The conclusion I made there was that yes, the open back design does add a little bit of airiness to the sound, like it does open up the top end a little bit more, but because of the sheer size limitation of the drivers, it doesn't make too much sense. Let's find out if it's the same case here. I mean, it certainly looks striking. It has that typical Tanchjim shape, which we have seen with their other flagships like the Origin. Half transparent on the front and metallic on the back with this mesh design. I actually like it. Tanchjim has that industrial aesthetic to most of their products. I think it's cool. Now there's the cable that Effect Audio makes. It actually comes with these replaceable connectors as well, which is cool. Apparently it's some sort of an ultra flex jacket, which is super comfortable and all that. I'm sure it's nice, but since I already have this Effect Audio Big Chungus 9000 cable, the Aries S2, might as well pair that with these. It is one of their top tier flagship-esque cables, so it might make more sense here. They have very good ear tips included, but I'll use my own latex ear tips. The same EPZ M100 that I've always used. I'll link it in the description if you want that. But yeah, listening to these, I was surprised at how much detailed they are, despite having two dynamic drivers and no real dedicated balanced armature or anything to help with the details. Tanchjim has always done a really good job of managing existing driver hardware to the best possible level. I mean, the previous flagship from them that I tried, the Origin, just had one dynamic driver and it was amazing. I know I said that before. I think I called it exemplary use of dynamic drivers previously. I still stand by that statement. They truly have a very good way of utilizing dynamic drivers. And they have yet again shown with this Force flagship IEM that you really don't need crazy hardware to achieve exceptional sound. You just need one, maybe two well-tuned drivers with good quality components. That's it. These have exceptional lows. They can handle all kinds of violent rock music that I throw at them. These have exceptionally strong bass, very good lower mids. They have accented the upper mids a little bit more, but I didn't really feel the presence that much. Maybe because, the top end is a little more open because of this open back design. And there were no problems with the treble either. It handled all the violent rock music tracks that I tried. And yes, in some tracks, I could tell there's a little bit more airiness, a bit more spaciousness beyond the upper mids. Again, it wasn't obvious like it is with an open back headphone, mainly because of physics. You can't really get that much leverage with these tiny 10 something mm drivers within these casings. You can get close though. These do get very close, and I think these are a step above my usual driver, the Kiwi Ears KE4. And while these don't have the nice thick treble that I like from the KE4, it does have an overall better representation, a little more relaxed, wider representation than I like. Compared to these, the KE4 sounds a bit more forward and a little bit, compact compared to that. Of course, none of these are bad or good. It's all relative, different styles. I hope you understand. Just for reference, the Kiwi Ears KE4 uses two dynamic drivers just for the low end section, one for sub bass, one for bass. Whereas this thing handles everything with the same two drivers, albeit with slightly different materials for the actual construction. Just goes to show how versatile audio electronics are. As for the Effect Audio collaboration, I don't know. I mean, yeah, of course, I use the best cable I have, so I am happy with the sound. But there is actually a debate whether or not cables make a huge difference. The only reason why I have this Big Chungus 9000 is because I got it for testing and I still use it. It's good. But is it couple of $100 worth of good? I don't know about that. Maybe it'll make sense for extremely expensive IEMs like $1,000 plus. But I think it's too much to spend that much on an IEM, to be frank. Actually, on a side note, I had a chance to try out this thing, the Quiet C something, like $1,300 something IEM, and I rejected it because I didn't see how I could justify or make justice to that IEM and to you. How do I justify that you should pay attention to that when I myself don't believe that an IEM should cost that much? $1,000+, dude, come on. I'm sure it's exceptionally made and I'm sure that there are a lot of talented people behind it. I'm not insulting them. I'm just saying, a lot of stuff comes my way. I reject most of it, which is why you don't see that many videos on these crazy things. But anyway, That, in a nutshell, was my overview of Tanchjim Force, the new Effect Audio collab piece. I am glad that they have introduced a good cable in the box. Most stock cables are pretty meh nowadays, and even the stock one with the replaceable connectors is actually pretty good. It's one of the better cables I've seen, so yeah, Effect Audio is living up to its name, at least from a physical build quality perspective. And while I am very happy with the sound, I'm still not fully sold on the open back concept. I mean, yeah, you can see light traveling through the IEM, and it is more open back than many others I've seen in this form factor, but still, physics. For the moment, I will retire my Kiwi Ears KE4. I'll switch to this one. Maybe I'll go back when I miss that ultra thick treble. No one can truly replace the thick boy in my heart. But yeah, these are actually really good. Check them out.